wanted to walk you through using the Livescript editor in Matlab. Okay, so when you run Matlab, Matlab's a computational platform, but it also can be used to prepare documents. I often do that for this class, and I wanted to give an idea of how to do this yourself and how to interpret what you're seeing in a Livescript document. Okay, so first of all, it's not Livescript document. Okay, so first of all, if you hit this button, you'll get the editor that shows up for making a Livescript. All right, and so you see this grayed out region here. I can type MATLAB code, for example, a is equal to 1. That's a variable. I can run that and get rid of the semicolon. If I run that, hit the run button, you see a equal 1 that shows up on the right. Now, you can change where the output shows up. You can make it show up in line, all right, so it shows up right underneath it. And you can also hide the code, all right, so we just get the output only, all right. So that's the very first basic. You have the code section and you have the text section. So if I wanted text, I could click on the text button here, and that gives me a place here where I can type in regular text, just like it would be Microsoft Word or something. It doesn't use the MATLAB code, all right? So think of this as sort of a worksheet where you have sections of text and sections of code. All right, so I have one that I've prepared here. All right, so let's close this one and open this example that I prepared for you. Okay, so I made this and I started with a text field and I put in a question: how many calories are in 1 pound of peanut butter? And the next thing I did is I wanted to show you you can paste in images just like Microsoft Word. You can format the text. Okay, so I have this in bold. If I wanted to put it in bold italics, I would hit that button here. If I don't want it bold, I can turn it off. Okay, I say I can turn it off. It's running slow. There we go. And I hit the button too many times. It's back on. Okay, so it turned off the formatting. All right, not sure why it's running so slow, but there we go. The next thing I wanted to show you is you can put in equations. All right, so there's two different menus you need to look at. There's the editor menu that lets you put in things like either text or code, and you can put in sections, and we'll talk more about that as we go through the course. But this is the main menu that you use. But if you wanted to insert something like an equation, you go to the insert menu. All right, so there's a menu-driven equation editor. I typically use something called LaTeX equations. Okay, so we're going to talk about that as we go through the course. But let me just show you what it looks like. This looks intimidating. This looks like code. It's actually really pretty easy, and you can do it completely from the keyboard. So what you'll find is that if you can do equation editing completely from the keyboard, things go a little bit faster. So for now, just keep in mind there is a way of putting equations into a Livescript document. Okay, and let's see, the next thing I wanted to show you, we have this problem that's set up, and here's the correct solution. I put in the equation, and then from here, I have these grayed out sections, which of course indicate that this is code. All right, so what you see me do several times, I think, if you look at the videos, is I define the symbolic toolbox for units. In MATLAB, if I wanted to add a comment, I put a % and add my comment, and this actually, this text from here on out doesn't get interpreted, and so anytime I have some comment that I want to add to the code, I can put that after the %. Okay, so for example, if I put % and indicated this is the calorie density. Okay. So from here, I can run this. The running comes from the live editor. And you hit run. Let me change something so you can make it. Let's change here to 5 significant digits instead of 4 decimal places. Okay, so when I run that, that gets updated. Everything grays out for a while, and then instead of 2612, I get 2611.6. All right, so you saw that ran. Okay, I also pasted in something that I snipped from the web, a definition of calorie, and you can read that. That normally what people mean by calorie is actually a kilocalorie in the SI system. So this part that I pasted in here explains that. But the main point is, I wanted to show you that you can use Livescript to prepare documents. You can insert equations, you can insert graphics, you can mix that with code that does calculations. Okay, so it's real common for me to use that when I distribute things like answers to homework questions. All right, so hopefully that's interesting to you and you want to start playing around with that, and I urge you to do so.